Bett, bass fishing at its best. Is proudly brought to you by Yamaha VMAX, super high output 4-stroke outboards, and Imperial Toyota, your lifestyle dealer. The third Gauteng Bass Equalizer Tournament Trail had teams travelling a day prior to tournament day, some 314 kilometres north of Johannesburg to Makolo Dam. This stunning dam lies adjacent to the Makolo Nature Reserve. Most teams camped on the banks of the dam, where campfire stories were told about great pre-fishing some weeks earlier. The logs going into this third Gauteng event are as follows. 1.58 kg separate current leaders, Team BSC Bass from 5th place Team Sensational De Beers. Tournament morning greeted anglers to a stunning African sunrise, gathering at the water's edge, and while anglers made last-minute adjustments to their boats and tackle, we chat to a few.
We have clear skies today. We reckon that fishing is going to be a bit difficult. I'm fishing alone today. Henny is down in Cape Town Fishing Nationals. The pre-fish went well. Caught a couple of nice fish. I hope everything works out today, that I can get some good fish.
Just the fishing is pretty tough here at times, and either you can get onto the fish or you're going to battle. So we're just hoping today that we can find something and catch some of these nice fish. There's some good fish in here, but due to the steep banks, and a lot of the times these fish are living in 30 to 60 foot of water, and so that means you've got a lot of water to try and fish to find them. So I think that's going to be a key thing today, is to try and find the right area where these guys are going to feed.
Thank you.
Yeah, we came pre-fished. Had a bit of motor trouble when we got here, but it seemed to have been a blessing in disguise, because we actually had to work the banks from the launch ramp. The pattern we found was that the fish were deeper, and you had to just work just off the drops. If we can replicate that today, we'll be very, very happy, because I feel about a 9 kg bag could be a winning bag here today.
Coming up pretty blind. We haven't been here since last year, so it's going to be a bit of run and gun today. Maybe try a few spots that we've seen on the dam contours map. So we're going to try and fish a summer pattern, and I'm happy to fish crankbaits. It's my favourite style of fishing, and my partner's going to try a bit of service in the morning, and we can see what happens.
Up to now, our season's been not so great. We'd like to have it done a little bit better. We've thoroughly pre-fished this dam. We've got 5 key areas. We know that the fish are probably at about 12 foot on drop-offs. So we're going to be catching them with jigs today, and we're looking forward to a big bag. We'll see you at the weigh-in.
The Makolo lay of the lake, the dammed-up Makolo River, is the largest dam in the Limpopo province. Winding through the tranquil Waterberg Mountains, the scenery of the banks is truly spectacular. The river section of the dam starts with the narrow, fast-flowing waters of the rapids. Flowing down the valley, it forms a bay with deep rock faces, while the adjacent bank offers shallow, flooded vegetation and scattered submerged rock piles. This area with stained muddy water has historically yielded big bass and is sure to be a hive of activity, with most anglers making an appearance here at some point in the day. Splitting off from the river section and main channel is a large bay with both deep and shallow submerged ledges, another spot of choice for many anglers. The main channel of Makolo Dam has a variety of great fishing spots on offer, from small inlets in the back of bays, teeming with fry. Where there's food, there's sure to be bass, to scattered submerged timber or rocky deep cliff faces. Closer to the weigh station, the cleaner water of the bay off the dam wall offers cliffs and submerged ledges at various depths. Historically another favourite where big bass have been found. The McChrystal Insurance rules of the tournament. 2 anglers per team, 9 hours of intense fishing, 300mm minimum length per fish, 5 fish limit, heaviest bag wins, 15,000 Rand in cash up for grabs. With starting numbers having been drawn, teams race off into the valley of Makolo Dam, hoping they are the first to arrive at their morning spot. Currently in 11th position, we go on board with Team Roughneck. Having not pre-fished and relying on previous fishing experiences, they settle into somewhat of an unusual morning bite.
What happens here is the river comes past this point, and there's a big rock just off our boat here, and it forms a little eddy current, and I guess the food just sort of settles off just behind that rock, and
So there's a lot of bait fish and stuff hanging around that rock that we're fishing. And obviously where there's bait, there's bass. So we're just targeting those bass that's following the bait fish. Stevie was saying we didn't pre-fish, so we knew about the spot and we just hoped that it was holding some fish.
Damn. We need the bass, boy.
This is now the second one of the morning. What I'm using here is a little sinker that imitates bait fish. But this is not the species we're looking for. It would be first prize if you can just limit it quickly, but we know that there's big bass hanging around here. The biggest we've got off the spot was about a 2 kg, am I right?
Yeah.
So we know there are some kickers hanging around here as well. But the plan was to just quickly get 5 fish, but we know that we can probably get 5 decent fish here as well, which would then put us in a position to go and work some of the deeper cliffs with a jig or a bigger bait to catch really big ones. But there's nothing preventing the big ones from hanging around here, eh? If we're just going to give that team the opportunity to just move on. That sounds better. Yeah, no, that's good. Let's escape.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
The first one. That's what we're looking for.
That's why we came here.
First one for the morning. Like a bit bigger, but this is fine for now.
Nestled off a cliff in a bay near the river section, 2010 Bet champions John and Dave of Team Zazinda Salvage find the morning's fishing frustrating, to say the least.
Oh, it's off. Sorry.
Sure, that got me going.
Strong fish.
Strong fish.
He's through me, John.
Sorry?
He's through me now.
Yeah, let's bring out luckiness. Come in. It's gonna come.
Bet is powered by Yamaha VMAX, super high output, 4-stroke outboards.